One Piece as a show is stupid looking.
Yeah.
That's what makes it
That's part
attractive.
of what-
Yeah.
So
it's quirky.
So they already are down a heel because of the fact that they can't transition that at all. They could try their best, but it'll never get to that, goofiness. And Oda did that on purpose, right? When he did One Piece, is to attract the viewer's eyes. He wanted you to pay attention and not be like everybody else that's out there. Because during that time, we had like the Yu Yu Hakushos, we had the Rurouni Kenshins, the Inuyashas. Like, that was the time period of, I gotta be like Dragon Ball Z. I gotta look cool.
Yeah.
So just having Oda go in a different direction and now transmitting it to real life, I think they did the best they could. It looks well.
Yeah, that's potential.
But it's the vibe. We have to get that feeling of this is why I actually watch One Piece. Like, I never really cared for the graphics because of what One Piece gave me as a feeling.
Yeah.
And I hope that they nail that feeling down. If Zoro out here half cutting people, bro, just throw it away, bro.
like, 11 minutes into the first episode of the live action One Piece, and I have a controversial and maybe unpopular opinion. I think that this live action Luffy might be more engaging than the animated one. Like, hear me out. So I'm only on episode 80, I think, of the animated one, and Luffy's fine, right? Like, he's good. I liked him in the first episode too. There's nothing wrong with Luffy, but I'm really enjoying, I think Iñaki is the actor's name, his portrayal of Luffy, and of course the director, she's doing a great job too. So far, he's so charismatic, and he's just selling these lines so well. It's really good. I'm surprised, and I'm pretty excited to see where we go from here. I haven't seen the rest of the performances yet, but I'm excited for Nami and the rest of the crew. He might be the best performance, and everything else has been really good so far too. So I'm excited.
several years now, my brother and I have been sharing the Netflix account. He moved out 2 years ago. He paid for other subscription services, and it just kind of evened itself out. Well, this week my brother comes to me and says, hey, Netflix, is trying to crack down on accounts and password sharing, and they have this thing where you can add another household for like $8. And I'm like, okay, let's look into it. And Thursday night when he came over for dinner, we took care of it. Then this morning he texts me and says, hey, I got a piece of mail from Netflix. Because he said it on his coffee table, I was like, what weird package is this? Then I realized it's a box. What is he getting from Netflix? But then there's this. I am sorry, what did you get? Netflix sent him Luffy's hat. The genius already took off work on Thursday. He doesn't work on Fridays. He works 4 10-hour days. Took off Thursday, so he has a 4-day weekend because, Labor Day next Monday, just so he can watch a show without me. Now he has the hat. Netflix, what the heck?
So we got some new reveals for the One Piece live action. We have our first really high quality look at what a transponder snail looks like. And I mean, obviously it's gonna look a little weird through the use of CGI, but I mean, it's not horrible. It looks pretty accurate. Obviously transponder snails come in many different shapes and sizes and just forms, but not bad. We also got our first look at Garp using a transponder snail to just let out a message. And honestly, Garp looks good. I've been always saying that Garp is one of the better looking ones from the live action. Oh my god, we got our first look at the boy Bogard. I'm gonna tag Wolf down below because I know he is the biggest Bogard fan. This man is crazy. And then we also have one more look at Bogard right here. But honestly, bro, they did Bogard justice. This live action is looking a lot better than what it seemed off of at first glance. It might be the best live action anime series ever. And I don't think we have to have any worries about it being the worst, because I'm fully convinced there's no way that any live action could be worse than the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. That was just hot garbage.
We just got our first look as the Straw Hat Pirates as children in the new One Piece live action series. And I have to talk about it because I think that the One Piece live action can do something pretty interesting with this. Now first we got Nami and Belmir, Child Zoro, Child Usopp, who's wearing a hat very accurate to the source material, which I really appreciate, and Child Luffy. Notice how his iconic scar is a lot more noticeable than it is now, which makes sense. I mean, this basically confirms that we're gonna get a live action adaptation of all the Straw Hats backstories. But I'm really interested in the live action adaptation of Sanji's backstory. Now in the East Blue Saga, we learn about Sanji's backstory and his relationship to Zeph. Both Sanji and Zeph got stranded in this island with no food, and they had to do some pretty brutal things to survive. But as many of you know, we learn a lot more about Sanji's past much later on in the manga, which reveals that Sanji is from a royal family called the Vinsmoke family, with Sanji's father deeming him a failure and trapping him into this cage. Now I wonder if the One Piece live action will tease Sanji's Vinsmoke side of his backstory. Now I know that the live action will only cover the East Blue Saga, but we already know based on the second trailer that they are teasing things for the future of the series, such as Cavendish, who doesn't appear all the way into the post time